Alright, so I have stalled sufficiently. It is time for us to dive on in to this most delightful of games. So the consensus among people seems to be that chapters 1 and 2 are just across the board considered the weak part of this game. So from here on out, it's gonna get better. Sorry, I'm trying to get where I can sit, 'cause I used to have my microphone closer to me, but it can't be closer to me right now because it has the cat. Do you see the cat? Don't you want to pet the kitty? We have the cat cam. Check it out, folks. I have a stream deck, and that means that I have a one-button cat cam. It's amazing. Yeah, so chapter 3 was fantastic. I really enjoyed it through and through. I appreciated the fact that it had a little bit of intrigue. It didn't have to be super convoluted, but like they gave you like a little bit of like, ooh, what could possibly be going on here? And that was satisfying because I really enjoy figuring things out. So I had to check my volume. Please let me know what you think of the audio levels and things like that. So in case anything is off, I can adjust it. But yeah, last time, which was unfortunately 2 weeks ago, my health is it's on an upward trajectory, but it turns out the reason why I've still been getting tired, for anyone who's just joining us and missed the earlier explanation, I'll just give it to you real quick. Thyroid stuff is responding really well to the thyroid medication, but the iron levels actually went down, and that affects tiredness and brain function and things. So my doctor and I are working on that. In the meantime, there is still the risk that I will have to take weeks off like I did last week because I was just too gosh darn tired. This isn't Disco Elysium, so I can't swear. So because of that, we may not progress as consistently as I would like, but I'm gonna do my best. And I hope that you will stick with me. I appreciate your patience coming back after this. So last time we finished with the Glitz Pit, which meant discovering that Grubba is actually Dorian graying with a machine powered by the Crystal Star. He is stealing the life force and energy from others to keep his body young and six-packed. Once we found this out, we fought him in a big old duel, and he made himself super enormous. It turns out that Jolene was in fact undercover in disguise because she's actually Prince Mush's sister who was looking for him. So we rescued Prince Mush, made Jolene happy. Jolene, I believe, has taken over. She took over, right? The Glitz Pit is hers now, I think. So we'll see what happens from here on out, but everybody seems to do better. I think we saw our friends and they're okay. I don't think anybody died, so happy story direction. Did I remember things okay? I think I did. I didn't even go back and check it. It's been 2 whole weeks, so like, good job, Lawrence memory. Perhaps it's getting a little better. But it is now time to go and see what the future holds. Chapter 4. This cheap blimp is bound for the town of Rogueport. Would you like to board? Yes, in fact, because Rogueport is where we go in between. The beginning of the chapter. If I may, let me just check your ticket. Very well, folks. Please watch your step as you board. Oh, we're gonna get that song! I remember really liking this music. I don't remember what it was, but it was the music from one of the previous games, right? I love the like screen print style texturing and shading. Alright, it's that song, yes. Alright. I realized since I started streaming that I say alright a lot. Oh man. It is funny how we wind up with these eccentricities without realizing it. You know? Like, what are the weird things that I say? What are the weird things that you say? You don't really stop to think about them. Alright, so Rogueport, as we now know, we didn't know this the first chapter or so, but Rogueport has organized crime. I wonder if we're going to do anything more with them. See if anyone here has updated what they say. I probably won't remember what they said last time. Alright. All I ever think about is how this train cuts through the wind as it races across plains. Like a torpedo on Earth, slicing through the relentless winds. Doesn't it just fire you up inside? I don't have the money yet. My dream is to one day ride this train. It's a bullet train. I wish there were more trains in the US. There are some trains in Canada. I might take one to go visit a friend in London soon, which would be very exciting. Trains, folks. Other than like short distance trains, like going out to the airport from Union Station, I take a train, but it's like not like train, you know? Trains are very cool. The world could use more of them. This train is bound for luxurious Poshley Heights. Will you be boarding today? No, I don't have a ticket. We're gonna go to the rich place. There must have been so many touchingly sad goodbyes on this very spot. Oh, it's just deep, man. I love the thought of it. I think I'm gonna cry. This girl's always here. She's fixated on romantic scenes in train stations. I see where she comes from. Train station platforms do have that romantic air. Yes, I am sure that Kumbella has read a romance or two. Let us save the game, because why not oversave? It so politely does not tell you now anymore where my very, very legitimate save is stored. Yeah, trains are... And granted, like I said, I haven't really been on trains in a long time, or very much. But there is something, I think, inherently romantic about them. Because you're able to focus on the journey, because you're not the one driving the train. So it has that over cars. But it takes longer than an airplane, so there's more of this feeling of anticipation to get to your destination, and it feels more like the potential is there for the travel itself to feel like part of the experience. I think back in the day, airplanes were also somewhat like that. Now granted, those are like, you know, somewhere between 2 and 5 hours, 6 hours, I think, if you're doing most, I guess, overseas flights to Europe. Then you get really, really long haul flights between the US and say Japan. I think I flew from New York to China on my way to Japan, and I think that was like 11 hours. Anyway, it was a very long flight. But even like plane flights are usually shorter. But for me, they're significantly more physically uncomfortable because of the motion. But for other people, I think there's the discomfort of like, because airplanes aren't designed to be comfortable, they're designed to cram as many people as possible, and there's more inherent discomfort, I think, in the construction of an airplane. Like, if they put like humidifiers and better air purifiers, they would be a much more pleasant experience, but they don't do that because that would cost money. I could go off on a whole rant that's probably more appropriate for Disco Elysium about the airline industry, but I think once upon a time airplanes had some of that some of that romance. And now thinking about it, like taking like a blimp, taking an airship feels like that would be a very romantic experience as well. And I don't just mean romance, or like romantic as in like falling in love romance, but like story-like, emotional, you know, having that. Sophie thinks I talk too much. Hi, baby. She's sleeping on my ballot to vote for the mayor of Toronto, which I haven't done yet, so yeah, we don't have to worry about me breaking any rules. It's just an empty piece of paper right now. Yes, romance in the traditional sense of the world. Word, not world. I can words very well. No, I don't know. And I think that travel is really interesting, like the travel process. Oh. I'm sorry. I got distracted. I love this. I should probably read the dialogue. Mario, hear that noise? That's totally an email from Princess Peach. I guess I should hit the button. I love the like descending baseline thing. It's great. Dearest Mario, I have uncovered something terrible. These things, the X-Nauts, they're people, not things, Peach, really? They're planning to take control of the world. It's to that end that they're searching for the crystal stars. I still don't know what the crystal stars do, but you must try to get them all. I will gather what information I can. Princess Peach. Gonna take over the world. What? They want to rule the world? That does not sound like a friendly plan. No, it really does not, Goombella. Oh man. Shockingly, the bad guys want to take over the world. This looks like a shadow. Doesn't it kind of look like there's like a shadow? No, it's just dirt on the ground. Never mind. Goombella's very observant. She's good at that. I don't have a ringtone. I don't remember the last time I left a phone not on silent, except for when I'm specifically like waiting for a phone call for something in particular. I don't know if that's... Wow. So you folks don't actually have your phones on silent all the time. I never get phone calls. I almost never get phone calls. I mean, I have it on me and it'll buzz and I'll check it. Okay, if you dropped the magical MacGuffin in an ocean trench, you would get like an all-powerful fish trying to take over the world that you then have to fight. So, Chrono's Mixer, hi! Thank you so much for coming by. Oh, we've got another Chrono here. We got off on a slight tangent about our ringtones because Mario has his ringtone. The whistle from Mega Man 3. Not that I'm biased, but I'm totally biased. I love that. I enjoy playing that on my flute. Oh no, the Chrono's gonna fight. Please don't fight. You don't have to cut each other's heads off to get the power of the Highlanders or whatever. Oh man. It's been a long time since I watched those movies. I don't think they're very good, but I bet there's a lot of fanfic. Fish RPG. Yeah, I mean, I guess it could be, but it wouldn't be entirely a fish RPG because only one of the MacGuffins would be dropped down there, right? You wouldn't drop all your MacGuffins in the same place, right? But if you think about it, like, they can try to put the MacGuffins on the moon and you just wind up having to get an airship that goes to the moon. That's just how things work. I've played an RPG before. Oh my god, Chrono. Oh, thank you. I didn't realize you had your finger on the pulse of the Highlander fandom, but I appreciate this insight. That is clever. See, because there can be only one is the thing that they say in the tagline for the movie. So then there should have been only one. It's a funny play on that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. We watched, when I was in elementary school, I think it was, I watched the first movie with a friend. Her dad, I think, loaned it to us. And my mom was watching it with us and did not realize that there was a sex scene in the movie. So that was really awkward. I was like 11 or 12. Oops. Oh man. Anyway, that was an interesting time. All right. The boss told me to look after this place. You do anything funny, I'll toss you like that. That's Rocco of the Piantas. He's the muscle that keeps the parlor moving smoothly. He's new to the Pianta Syndicate. I think he's still low man on the totem pole. Which I think is a phrase we probably shouldn't use. Besides, isn't the one at the bottom of the pole usually very important? Isn't that a position of importance that you're like upholding? Like you're the foundation on which the others rest? It's one of the problems with bringing your cultural worldview to assess something else without actually confirming that it is in line with the cultural worldview that whatever it is that you're analyzing originates in. I don't know, I think about these things. This looks like this is something. I'm trying to spin the camera. There's no camera spinning, Lord. Why am I trying to spin the camera? There hasn't been any camera spinning in, I guess it wasn't, however many months ago we played Horizon Zero Dawn. I don't know. Oh. I feel like there should be something I should be able to do here, and I can't do it. And this looks like this is gonna be a ba-bum, ba-bum, bum, bum, ba-bum, bum, 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 bum. I'm just trying to smash everything. Alright. Right, let's see if I can remember. This is the item shop, but there's the sexy boo girl. And then you go through here, and this is how you get to Don Pianta's place. Right? Yes. I remembered that all on my own. Aren't you proud of me? I'm proud of me. I think my memory might be getting a little bit better. Alright. Hey, you again. How's tricks? Don't be afraid to show your face around here, pal. The boss, he kind of likes you for some reason. Oh, that's good. I love that he has a hat with his palm tree coming out of it. Hey, thanks a bunch, huh? Come back whenever you want, pal. Alright, this is a song. So clearly, only important people have little pocket squares, because only the boss has a pocket square, otherwise his jacket's the same. Hey, it's this guy again. Good to see you. Why the lemon sucking face? You gotta be positive or you ain't rescuing your dame, pal. Show a little enthusiasm. Alright. I'm gonna do this and not smash everything in the Don's place. The thing I can do here. I'm sorry, I'm gonna be yawning more than usual. I guess there's nothing hidden up there. Okay. I should probably buy some stuff. Probably. Alright. Let's withdraw. Do I want to buy something? I might grab one of these just in case. So I have something that can be an attack item. Watch me have needed those 10 coins for something when I go over here. Oh, hello, kiddo. You're the one whose parents are neglecting you. Have we been down there? Oh, I don't want to do the lottery. I don't like gambling. I don't like it at all. Going to the theater is like my hobby or something. Oh man. Yeah, we've talked to her before. Are you ready? Are you ready for a Luigi update? I love Luigi. He's so adorable. Oh my god, he's so adorable in the Mario movie. The Mario movie was so adorable. I want there to be more Mario movies. I want them to make more. Okay, thank you. Thank you for making me feel justified in my decision to not do the lottery. Cherry bomb. Oh, that's a thing, isn't it? Right? What is a cherry bomb? Is that an actual bomb? I'm really not a munitions expert, like, at all. So, it's a firework. Oh, firework or firecracker. Does it explode and make noise, or does it explode and make something pretty? I don't... So you might not know this about me, folks, but I don't like fire. So, I don't have a lot of experience with the kind of firework things that you set off yourself. Little ball drop on ground, bomb, bang. That sounds like a bad time. I think I will not use cherry bombs. But this is adorable! It's a bomb with a cherry thingum. Didn't Luigi have a blooper that he, like, incinerated by launching them into a volcano? Because, like, he made him toasty and he wasn't super thrilled. So presumably this is his other companion, because like me, he has to get allies. Like this. Because, like, if you can see, like, we both have our companions. So we'll see whether he has messed up things for his companion, Cherry Bomb. I'm sorry. I cannot help singing along with music. Do you remember when I had a capture card and I didn't know how to delay the audio from the capture card to you guys, and I didn't have the loop back or anything like that, and so it was really bad whenever I would sing along with the game because I would be off by a little bit and you had to deal with that? Isn't it amazing? Our technology has evolved. Look, what technology? Technology. Yeah, if you have any ideas for, like, more, like, things I could do for the layout and stuff, let me know. Alright, let's talk to this fella. That is like a year. I don't want to do that. Oh my goodness. Dropping cherry bombs in toilets is a prank. That's not good. So you're not supposed to put bombs in, like, lakes. You can kill the fish. Don't throw firecrackers into the lake. It's a bad idea. Mario is snoozing. In general, try not to just inflict damage on the world around you. It's life advice. Be mindful, thoughtful of the other living creatures around you. Alright. Alright. It is Luigi time. Well, I got my second piece of the marvelous compass at Plumpbelly Village recently. Oh boy, I really got my hands dirty on that one, I'll tell you what. It was pretty wild, bro. Want to hear what happened? It's a pretty long story. Does anyone ever say no here? Why would you say no here? Why is that even an option? Mario would never say no here. Mario loves his bro. He would never. He would never. Alright, here goes, folks. Hey, sounds good to me. Which part of my story you want to hear, bro? Oh, we could have a lost time summer if we needed to. Heartless. Oh, if I remembered Kingdom Hearts better, I'd make a very clever reference based on what you said there. Unfortunately, it has been many years. Many years since I last played Kingdom Hearts, and I only played the first one. I watched someone else play part of the second one and was like, nah. Alright, Plumpbelly Village. Hilariously, Kingdom Hearts became more serious and I liked it less, which is not usually the case. Usually I like things to get serious. But, I thought Kingdom Hearts worked better when it was serious, but also silly and cute. And then it turned into the fanfic, but it didn't do it as well. I think fans can write better fanfic than Nomura. But I have an anti-Nomura bias. Hey, I told you I'm working on some video essays. They're basically literary essays about video games, and I have 2 of them partially scripted. One of them I just need to fill in pieces of it and then capture some stuff and then record it and then I'll make it. So it's almost done, really. Somebody was like, you should make one about how you don't like, about your criticisms of BioWare. And I'm like, I don't know that I want to inflict them on the world. Because then I'd have to do one about Nomura. Alright, let's listen to what happens to Plumpbelly Village. I am biased because I write fanfiction and I take my fanfic very seriously, and it's basically a novel that is well overdue for the next chapter, but I have not been well. But there are some very good writers, and a lot of the current crop and even the previous crop of genre fiction writers got their start writing fanfiction of various sorts, which is delightful. Sometimes you can kind of see it either in the subject matter, like Rainbow Rowell wrote Fangirl, which is delightful and fun, or I read Gideon the Ninth, which the author got her start as a Homestuck fanfic writer, and I'm not a Homestuck person, so I haven't read any of her fanfic, but you get fanfic vibes from that book. I got really mad about it because it did some things that you can get away with in fanfic, but I don't think you can get away with in a novel. But I'm probably going to try the second book because a friend recommended that I might like it if I give it a try. So I'm going to see how that goes. That friend really likes Final Fantasy VI as much as I do. And she said I might not like it, but I've read the summary of it, so that'll hopefully help. Which I usually don't do. I usually have a no spoilers policy, but a complicated relationship with the Locked Tomb, that series. Anyway, I have gotten off to a bit of a distraction here. Fanfic, though, is really fun. It is great. I've been reading a lot because I don't have a lot of energy for much else. And I've been thinking about a few little mini crossover fanfics, but Chrono suggests I read a little bit more in the series that I've been wanting to write before I do that. So maybe I will. Yeah, the internet is glorious. Okay, well, I'll read the next Murderbot book whenever it shows up on my library app. The Libby app? Amazing. Amazing. I want to do a Vorkosigan Murderbot crossover. If that means anything to you, we should be friends. Oh man, yeah, you can just read it for free. The Libby app has kind of supplanted my fanfiction.net habit. I was reading too much. I would just be doom scrolling and be like, well, this won't do. Let's see what was recently updated as of 1 a.m. on fanfiction.net. So I read a lot of Batfam fanfic because there's a lot of it and it tends to be entertaining. I'm not even, like, I don't keep up with Batman. I don't know who half of the characters are. I don't know most of the Robins. But I have some idea now from reading Batfam fanfic. Because even when it's bad, it's good. Oh, man. Anyway. If you write fanfic, I salute you. We are fanfic fellow writers. Plumpbelly. I hope somebody actually goes in and writes out, speaking of fanfic, that somebody properly fleshes out Luigi's stories, but very seriously. Give them the respect, the dignity that they deserve. Alright. Well, like I said, it's a really long story, but here goes. Once we made landfall on the Strudel continent. Ooh, oh, I want a Strudel. We made for Plumpbelly Village. Once we got there, though, we immediately noticed that something was wrong. We learned from the mayor that the town was ruled by a giant snake named Hizza. Like Hissa, but cooler because there's Z's. Or excuse me, Zeds. I live in Canada now. He said his own daughter was going to be offered up as a sacrifice to this beast, too. Stop offering daughters as sacrifice, please. So, of course, being heroic, I offered myself up to go in her stead. Brave, huh? Now, the custom was for sacrifices to be dressed up as brides. So I got all dolled up. Oh my god. Oh my god, Wedding Luigi. Oh my god. The fans have given this to us, right? The fans have drawn this. I assume there has to be fan art. Yeah, no, I agree with you. Goombella is faking being asleep. No way would she miss out on hot goss. Yeah, no, that's definitely true. Yeah, no, Paper Luigi would be what you would have to call your fanfic, but I would read that. If it's out there, let me know. I'll read it. I feel like I've seen fan art of bridal Luigi getting married to Bowser recently because apparently people really shipped him and Bowser real hard in the Mario movie. Thank you, internet. I love you very much, internet. Okay, Chrono is helping hook me up with the fan art and the fanfic, I assume. Oh man. Amazing. Luigi's stories sound like an assortment of dreams you've had and forgotten. Kinda, yeah. They're a little unhinged, but not in a bad way. Okay. So the custom was for sacrifices to be dressed up as brides, so I got all dolled up. I was one hot sacrifice, bro. I looked so good, I fooled our foes and got in his lair. Okay, question. Did Luigi keep the mustache for this? So is it that Luigi likes dressing non-conforming, or is there a like, I don't know, what's the fan interpretation of Luigi and his liking to dress up as a princess? There is a Paper Luigi fan game project. Okay, good. I'm glad to know that's the case. Yeah, well, like, the alternative is a heavy veil. And presumably he went to the James Team Rocket School of Cross-Dressing to fill out his wedding dress to make himself one hot sacrifice. I don't remember if James is the last name, so he gets to be James Team Rocket. That's his official name. I mean, no, James does. Speaking of fan content, I have been introduced to the world of Jessie Team Rocket falling in love with Ash's mom, whose name is apparently Delia, which I know because I have now read a non-zero quantity of this. I mean, it's really cute and wholesome. It's super wholesome. It's really wholesome. And I encountered it both through the Final Fantasy VI, like I'm part of this like little like crew of friends that play that game and talk about that game and other stuff. And then also I think was it you, Chrono? Were you the one who also like shared it in the Blue Pies? And I was like, I've seen this before. It's really cute. They do hold hands. It's really cute. Apparently there's also OT3ing of those, which is fine. I really don't have a read on James, so like he kind of feels Ace to me. I don't know. Possibly Ace Arrow. But super comfortable with however he presents himself. But if they are a couple, then yes, they would be the most bisexual male-female couple ever. Yeah, that's fair. Though they've even got the hair, they just need the purple and they've got it covered. Oh man, anyway, I'm sorry, how did I get on this tangent? Luigi wearing dresses and fan creations, right? Alright. I'm glad that Luigi has confidence in this, though. It's funny because I'm used to Luigi not having confidence, but he has confidence in his bro. So is he borrowing his bro's confidence here? Or what? It was kind of rough fighting in that gown, but I managed. Chiffon really chafes, bro. That's some fun wordplay right there. And I wonder what that line was in Japanese, because if you look at chiffon and chafe, I mean, reading them out loud, it's more of a sh sound in chiffon, and then ch for chafe, which I wonder actually if there are languages that can't hear the difference between the sh and the ch. But looking at it on the page, it's funny. That's called, what is that called? Because there's something called an I rhyme where it looks like it rhymes, because it's I-E-Y-E. It's an I rhyme where it looks like it rhymes, so if you read it out loud, it doesn't actually. I think there's probably an equivalent with what they're doing here where it doesn't quite sound the same, but it looks like it looks the same. I alliteration. We can go with that. But it's not just alliteration. It's because it's got, I don't know. Anyway, it's great fun. I like it. It's clever. This is clever wordplay. This is them showing off because they thought they were clever and they were. Because there's consonants. I think it's consonants because there's consonants, assonants, and alliteration, and all of those refer to repeated sounds. Assonance is repeated vowel sounds, and I think consonants spelled N-C-E, not N-T-S. So it's not the plural of a consonant. Consonant. Words. Consonants, I think, is the repeated consonant sound. There. Yes, we have the cat cam, and I got my stream deck working, so I can turn it on and off at will. It's very exciting. I'm so excited. I'm gonna set up more things with that. It'll be crazy. I'm gonna go mad with power. Alright. I got a little bit of a tangent. I'm not letting Luigi tell his story because I have other things I want to talk about. Alright. I finally found Hizza, and the snake had a second head on its tail. Talk about scary. I fainted real quick, but when it came to, I managed to distract both heads. I love that he's willing to admit, like, he has no shame whatsoever about his failures. He just keeps going. He's like, well, I fainted because I was scared. Checks out. It's Luigi. One attribute that everything seems to agree about with Luigi is that Luigi gets scared of things easily. That's what he does. But then he wakes up and he's like, okay, I'm going to fight this thing. So he rolls with it. This is a lesson that we can all learn. Those of us who are afraid of things or are anxious or have these struggles, there is no shame in having those struggles and being affected by those struggles. You then pick yourself up and you keep going. It's fine. Just keep living your life. It's all right. If you gotta pass out because of the two-headed snake, and then you pick yourself right back up and beat that snake's butt, I guess it doesn't really have a butt. I don't think I want to think too hard about the anatomy of a two-headed snake. We're not gonna go there. Anyway. Yes. Luigi. I love him very much. He's great. I was so delighted when I found that he was other people's favorite Mario brother. He's great. It reared up, fangs bared to attack, and at that moment, I deftly lunged left. So dramatic. His gaping mouths smashed into one another, and he vanished in a cloud of smoke. I'm sorry, you have to deal with my melodramatic reading. I really enjoy it. Is that what you mean by the heroic part? Because, like, the composition of it, the notes of it are very heroic, but the doinky doinky super 90s easy listening piano kind of undermines the heroism a little bit. Oh, I got very frustrated with Mario 3 'cause I was trading off playing it with somebody who's actually good at games. And I'm bad at platformers, 2D platformers, so it was basically just me dying over and over again while somebody else won. Instrumentation is so weird in this game. Alright. A shining plate fell down on the spot where Hizza's body had been coiled. Hold on. Important. Sophie is watching the game. Yes, another compass piece. I set it and it pointed east to Circuit Break Island. Yes, he's going to Technology Land. Just as I was about to leave town, the mayor asked me to stay and marry his daughter. Hi, baby. I thought about it. She was sort of cute. But we ended up sneaking off the next morning. I mean, I still have to save Princess Eclair from the Chestnut King. And you can't do that if you have to, like, settle down and get married. You know what, actually? Luigi recounting this story makes me think of the way that Greek heroes recount their adventures, frequently including getting out of marrying girls. I've been reading a bunch of books that are inspired by Greek mythology, so maybe that's why it's on my mind. And when the marvelous compass activated this time, I heard somebody's voice. A Cyber's World. Oh, that's a good song. It was so beautiful, bro. I'm certain it was Princess Eclair's voice. My heart began to race. That's when I realized it. Princess Eclair? I kind of zoned out there. So, yeah. We set sail again after ditching town. Luigi's got a crush on a girl he's never seen or spoken to. Generally not a good policy. And somehow we managed to get back here to Rogueport, and here I am. Alright. Sophie is here. I'm gonna let her. If you want to hear what I've been up to, just come find me, okay? I'll be around. Sophie girl. There we go. It's still a cat cam. Alright, let's hear the story from the Cherry Bomb. Hi, I guess. I'm Jerry. Jerry Bomb! Jerry Bomb! Jerry Bomb! Oh, that's so good and so terrible. Oh my god. Amazing. I love the Odyssey. Jason and the Argonauts are a bit more complicated because Jason is literally the worst. I think he's the worst. I don't think anyone's worse than Jason. Is anyone worse than Jason? I mean, Theseus is not the most charming fellow in the world, but is anybody else as bad as Jason? Hold on, I'm trying to fix the cat cam. It's very important. No offense to anyone whose actual name is Jason. I'm sure you're lovely, but your namesake is not so great. Hercules is not the greatest fellow, but he's not awful like Jason. I don't think. I mean, if you're familiar with the story of Medea. Let's see if I can figure this out. Come on. Alright. We gotta have cat cam. I need to figure out a camera that I can put on a little tripod so that we can have cat cam. But it's not just the gods that are jerks. Sometimes the heroes are jerks too. That's why Odysseus is the best, because he is not a jerk. Sometimes a little bit. Herc the jerk. It rhymes. Anyway, if you don't love Greek mythology as much as I do, I'm sorry. I just really, really love it. I don't think you did, Chrono! Chrono, I need that! Send me that. Wait, you might have? But I don't think so. Please send it to me. I will take gay girls' revenge against Jason, fall in love fanfic any day. That sounds right up my alley. Super enthusiastic about this. Alright, let's see what Jerry has to say. I'm a Bob-omb from Plumpbelly Village. Nice meeting you. Sorry I sound so down. But you would be too if you saw Luigi dressed as a bride. I'm serious. It scarred me. It was honestly scarier than that giant snake thing. I feel I now have a moral duty to stop Luigi from ever dressing as a bride again. I have to protect the world from my fate. That's why I'm sticking close to this guy. Oh, whatever. Like, I think it's funny to take like an arbitrary thing like that and have somebody be like, it's a fate worse than death, man. But you know, if Luigi wants to dress up in a dress and he feels good, that's all that matters. That's Jerry, Luigi's Bob-omb buddy. He's a little different from most Bob-ombs. He's really burning with a righteous fire, and I think he's seen some horrible things. Speaking of which, I wonder if I'll ever be a bride. No, Jando, I'm saying the not the arbitrariness of Luigi dressing up, but picking a thing that happens, like a something, and be like, this thing of no consequence is what's so bad I have to stop it. Like, and the seriousness with which Jerry talks about that. That's funny. I may not agree with the subject of it being as funny, but I appreciate what they're trying to do narratively and the humor they're trying to go with. Are you trying to imply that Princess Eclair is a Bob-omb? I don't think so, because there's a bunch of different places that Luigi goes, and Princess Eclair I don't think has been revealed to be from the place that the Bob-ombs are from. Yes, Thor was put into a wedding dress because somebody wanted to marry Freya, and Loki dressed him up if I remember correctly, because Loki's like, I'm gender fluid. I've been a bride. I can help you out here. I do... No, Jando, the problem is man in dress gross. Yes, no, that's what I'm saying. It is not the actual content of the joke that is funny. It is the seriousness of something that is not what you expect. Like, what they're trying to do there is they're trying to take something inconsequential and play it up as though it is very serious, while also being aware that it's not actually consequential. And they're trying to have the humor of somebody contradicting Luigi's story. And all of that, which I'm sure is a large part of the intent of what they're trying to do, is funny. However, man in dress gross is not a sentiment that I happen to get behind. So that's what I'm trying to clarify here. I hope that's clear. Whether they're, you know, whether it's simply people being gender nonconforming, whether it's drag queens, whether it's somebody trying to be disparaging and transphobic by saying things like that, in all of those cases, I think they're out of line and it's not funny. So, no, I'm not in any way defending that. This is an older game, and I think that shows. I know that you still get man and dress funny jokes today, but not without question. People are kind of aware on some level that if they put it in, it's gonna get pointed out and somebody might say something about it. And I think that has cut down on how much that happens, which is good. I think people should be shamed into not saying hateful things. So yeah, I guess maybe the reason why I didn't rant about that the way I have ranted about some of the treatment of female characters in this game, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I should have. I think I probably should have. And I thought it. I definitely thought it, but I didn't say it, and I'm not sure why. But yeah, for the record, and I hope it does not come as a surprise to anyone, that's not something that I think is particularly funny. I think I was trying to say, I get what they're trying to do, and I think that this one bit of the comedy is funny, but the rest of it's not. What does this fellow say? You're not a freak of a Goomba just because you like flowers. Hey! Alright. Alright. We can talk a little bit about the toxic masculinity inherent in the idea of men should not be able to wear women's clothes. Even taking the gender expression and transphobia out of, like, that perspective on that kind of joke out of consideration, even so, the simple, the fact that men can't wear dresses exists, and is so strongly policed, which is part of what we're seeing pushback against, for example, like a lot of the drag events and so on. The reason why that is being so heavily enforced, it's a great way of controlling people and making sure that they follow a very, very rigid and limited understanding of what a person can be. But there are some really dangers. There's some big dangers behind that, big and small. And one of the like smaller ones is that it starts to limit what people can and can't do and can and can't be interested in. Like, this Goomba is not saying because I'm a man, but this is actually a similar kind of problem. Like, we can, like, kind of roll our eyes and be like, but Goombas should be allowed to like flowers. But there is kind of this idea that, for example, men don't like flowers and women don't like video games. Which is really harmful. Because anybody of any gender can like flowers or video games. They're completely irrelevant to gender identity. So it's harmful for everybody. So one of the nice things about feminism is that trying to get rid of toxic masculinity will also help men. It will help everybody. Because then people can just be people. I don't know, May, possibly. Yeah, no, I do have to take a minute, actually. I'm feeling a little uncomfortable in the way that I think makes people defensive when they get called out about my reaction to the, or lack of reaction to the joke about Luigi in a dress. Because it's absolutely correct to expect me to say something about that. And I absolutely should have, and I kind of sort of meant to, and then I kind of got derailed and half-assed it. And I shouldn't have. Such an uncomfortable thing. But you gotta learn to sit with being uncomfortable sometimes, including the discomfort of realizing that maybe you should have done something a little bit differently. Because if you don't get comfortable sitting with that discomfort, then you can't admit that maybe you should have done something differently. And then you're not as likely to make sure you do something differently the next opportunity you get. And ultimately, it's more important to do better than to never make mistakes. Because everyone's going to make mistakes sometimes. So, yeah. That's interesting. Yes, the Goombas are really adorable. They're like Lalafell. When I played Final Fantasy XIV as a Lalafell, I like to hide in the plants. Nobody can see me. It's great fun. They're very teeny tiny. Oops, wrong button. Goombas. You know, there are probably Lalafell who jump and headbutt you. I don't know for sure. I don't think headbutting people is a built-in emote in that game, but I'm sure that there are people who say that they do, at the very least. You could have a Lalafell barbarian, they would probably headbutt somebody. And Lalafell Dragoons, they can jump and hit you. You can totally do that. That is playable. That is viable. Oops. This is why I need to get an actual thing. I'm sorry, my cat cam. And the whole point of having the cat cam button was to try to make the cat cam not... She didn't do anything. She's just a little baby. Hold on. Just ignore. How's that? You get a kitty face. I'm sorry. I can't not make the sounds. Alright, let's go talk to... Not Tasty. Wait, what is your name? Grumpy. Want me to cook something for you, Clumsy Crush-a-Lot? Yes. What ingredients should we have her cook with? What happens if she cooks with a hot dog? Let's find out. It's probably gonna make something useless out of this. Alright. How would you not cook with a Thunderbolt? I know I cook all of my Thunderbolts. Oh no, it did not turn out quite right. Unfortunately. I love the hand-drawnness of these skulls right here. Thunderbolts. I'm sorry, every time I see Thunderbolts, I have to say it the way it's said in Star Ocean 2. For better or for worse. Here. I'm not very good at staying in frame. Oh, man. Okay. Hey, 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 yo. I've got all the hottest new products right here. Look no further. You got the fevered look of a man with a mind for goods. Want to buy something? Yes. Drops shooting stars on all enemies and confuses them. Slow go makes Mario sluggish, so he can no longer run. It's so expensive. Yes, Wario. Wah. I want it and I can't get it. So these are items and this is a badge. Yes? Or are they all badges? They can't all be badges. Stopwatch is an item. Slow go and emblem are badges. Shooting star is an item and stopwatch is an item. Okay. Why would you get slow go? Is there a reason? Can I cook it? Can I cook my badges? Challenge runs. What? No more shopping? Sorry to hear that, my man. It's a limited time offer. I change the goods I offer from time to time, so come back real soon, alright? I did play the original Paper Mario. I don't remember it as well as I would like to, but I have played it. I'm looking for this guy who defrauded me with a fake credit card the other day. Rogueport, City of Thieves, indeed. If you find that jerk, give him a pounding for me. Alright. Hubba Blubba, that's not ice. That's not the ice place, is it? I remember there's an ice place, but it's near the end of the game. My memories. My memory's really bad. Hey, you don't have any good jobs, do you? You know, easy work, insane pay. Yeah, easy work that surrounds a guy with lovely women. I'm your man. Alright, buddy. Let's see what we have to say about this. Let's goom through the Goomba. He's always grumbling about getting ripped off. He must be easy to con. Which isn't to say that we should con him, of course. Thanks. Thanks, Goombella. Oh, I don't know if I remember that unknowingly. Is this the guy I'm supposed to hit? They're consensual violent crimes, at least. Sophie is unimpressed. Sophie, you're such a cute baby. Look at her little nose. Isn't she a cutie? I think she's a cutie. Not that I'm biased at all. That's it. I remember now. I have to buy a sleepy sheep at the shop in Rogueport. Maybe that's what I need to do to get my memory back. I just hit myself in the head with a hammer a whole bunch. I'm sure that'll help. If you give yourself enough concussions, does it loop around to become an unconcussion? No, it doesn't. Don't try this at home, kids. Oh, good. I'm glad that you appreciate the cat cam. She's been sleeping on my desk like all afternoon. Like, she came up here while I was working. She's mad because, so there was smoke in the air. I think that Quebec is on fire. So we're keeping the windows closed even though it's good weather for open windows. And Sophie really wants the windows open so that she can meow at birds. So she's been depressed about the lack of us opening the windows. So she slept on my desk instead. And sell it for a 2-coin profit in Petalburg. I'll let that tip be your reward. Don't spend all those profits. 2 whole coins. What? You've solved the trouble. Something smells like hot dogs. Yes, indeedy. Did you go eat at that hot dog stand in Glitzville? The one people talk about? If you did, I'm jealous. Thanks, buddy. I'm glad he likes hot dogs. That guy's most million. He sniffs out propositions that might make him loot. With his nose for opportunity, he could do really well in the straight business world. But he's too queer for that. But I guess no one in Rogueport is really cut out for the suit and tie life. There's salarymen here. This is my brother's shop. Someday I'd like to have my own shop. That'd be nice. I guess I'll have to find a place for your shop to go. Have to go turn in that quest. You're not Bandy Andy. Excuse me. Oh shoot! That's okay. I want a chomp chain companion. I know I've said that before, but I'm going to say it again. Alright, so can I turn this in? Ah, okay. Find this guy. Price adjustment. Our fur is such a good name. Kupuk. Oh, Kupuk's name is a palindrome. I wonder if that's related to... Garf needs a key. I think that might be necessary to get the key to go where... They call me Garf. I have lost my key and thus cannot get into my house. Oh, relatable Garf! Who amongst us has never lost their keys? Not I. It should be somewhere in Rogueport. I just need someone to find it. I'll be waiting for you at the house at the very back end of East Rogueport. I don't know. Find a key. Macgoomba. This is Macgoomba and I have a simple task. I need to have something delivered. Unfortunately, for reasons I won't mention, I can't be seen walking around Rogueport. Oh my goodness. There's some shenanigans going on here. I keep my keys attached to my purse. And I have to lock my door when I set foot outside of my apartment. And then I realize I don't have my purse, and then I have to go in and get it. Oh, you can't see her face. That's no good. You gotta be able to see the face. The face. The face. Hi, baby. There we go. Well, I guess that's one way of seeing the face. Amazing. Oh yeah, having a spare key in your car, that's smart. I don't really have anywhere to keep a spare key, unfortunately, so Sophie is here. Meet me behind Zest's house on Rogueport Plaza. Sure. Do it and do it right. Should we do this? Do I actually want to do these side game thingies? Sophie's extreme close-up is really funny. Well, I guess just like from what you know of Lauren's, are these worth doing? Okay, some are interesting, okay. You never know who'll be watching, so let's do this thing quick. Take this package to Goomfrey. You'll find him in front of Frankly's place. And try not to be seen. Pretty sure there's a way to sneak around. Frankly is... This is Frankly's place, right? Isn't Frankly the innkeeper? I cannot get Shot Hat. I cannot get the hat because it is behind Sophie. Right? Isn't the inn? Frankly's the... Oh, Frankly's the professor. Okay. This is the professor's place, right? Because I thought his place was... I'm good at video games. I thought his place was by this. Question mark. Exclamation point. Box. The thing McGoomby asked you to deliver to Goomfrey. Hold on. Oh, he's a fixer. Oh! Hold on. The thing McGoomby asked you to deliver to Goomfrey. Okay, you can't look at it. Okay. So she says, Goomfrey the Goomba. He looks kind of shady, I guess, but he's cool. People call him a fixer. You know, a guy who can make any problem just go away. I wonder if he's also kind of like a fence. We'll see. So he, exclamation points, I give him the box. The package. Yep, that's it. I'll dispose of this in a way no one will ever find it. Tell McGoomba I said so. It's probably like a cake or something and he's gonna eat it. And do me a favor. Forget all this. You hear me? It never happened. For your sake. We never spoke. Forget everything. See me keep going. And when you give McGoomba a message, he'll give you your compensation. Remember, this deal won't be done until you give my message to McGoomba. Amazing. I do appreciate that they're leaning into the fact that they made Rogueport the hub city, so they're like, how many kinds of crime can we put in this? Crimes. Crimes. Alright, I did your thing. Did you deliver it? Phew. You saved my neck, buddy. Oh, I almost forgot your compensation. You saved my neck. You get something good. 20 coins. It's one step closer to being able to get that Wario badge. You solved the trouble. Look, I feel like there's something rude about asking Goombas if they have necks, you know? I don't know why I feel like doing some mini games. Not mini games. guess this is a minigame. Is this a minigame? Does this count as a minigame? Ah! Side quests. That's better. What else we got? Price adjustment. This is Arthur. I love how I have to tell you who they are. I want to open a new shop, but I need help setting my prices. But since I can't go into a competitor's shop, I need some research done. I need the price of fire flowers, sleepy sheep, and tasty tonics in Rogueport. I'll meet you in front of this building to make the exchange. Sure. Do it and do it right. What? Tonics, sleepy sheeps, and something else. Fire flower, thank you. I remember the others, right? It's a sticker scarf because they're all stickers. All right, here's a fire flower. 10. Somebody make a note of this. Fire flower is 10. Sleepy sheep is 8. And tasty tonic is 3. All the rival shopkeepers know his face and have him banned? Yes, perhaps they do. Fire flower. Okay, sheep is 8. Tonic. All right, thank you. I could write this down, or I could make you write it down for me. See, this is an audience participation stream, right here. That's what this is. Oh man. Okay, let's get a report back. Are you Arthur? Did you check prices for me? Yes. Perfect. Okay, I'm ready. How much are they asking for fire flowers? 10. You're practically playing the game for me, yes. ... I see. And for sleepy sheep, 8. ... Okay. And how about tasty tonic? How much is that? 3 coins, 198 coins, no. 3 coins. ... Wow, that's rough. He's like, man, there's no way that I can outdo them. Those are some low prices. I can't believe they're selling that low. Even if I try to compete with them, I don't think I can profit. But it is certainly helpful information. Here's your reward. Good work. Am I gonna be able to get my Wario badge? Oh, heck yeah. Someday, my Wario badge will come. Find this guy from Gunther. Hey! My name is Gunther. Please find the guy that pulled off credit card fraud on me. I'll be in Rogueport Plaza, so come talk to me. Sure, let's take on Gunther's trouble. Oh my god. I sure hope that we don't have to commit any acts of arson. That doesn't seem in character for Mario. He would never. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, Gunther's over here. No, not you. Where did it say he would be? Ah, here we go. Hey, you're here to handle my trouble, aren't you? Well, then listen up. Larson the bandit pulled some credit card fraud on me and took my dough. I want to rough him up for it, but the guy is too wise and I can never catch him. He's hiding somewhere here in Rogueport, so I want you to find him. By the way, bandits are those guys in blue outfits who wear masks. There are several in Rogueport, but this one will fess up once you grill him. Do this, and then you'll get your reward. I'm counting on you. Alright. But I don't know that bombing counts as arson is the thing, Blues. Like, technically those are 2 different crimes and 2 different forms of damage. I mean, yes, bombs can set things on fire, but that's not the main objective. Hey, this area is the turf of Ishmael and the Robo bands of thieves. I don't know what brings you here, but if you think you're gonna meet the boss, ha! Yeah, I don't think you're the guy. I think we're gonna have to go sneak around. Hello. I'm a big fan of property damage in video games, alright? Look. I am what I am and I have no shame in this. I want to go there. Because I'm not supposed to be there yet. How do I... Oh. That's how I get up. I want to get up there. How do I get up there? I'm making very useful noises. Locked from the inside. I guess that's probably the guy who locked himself out of his house. I want to go down there. How do I get there? I don't get there. Oh, this was probably that bridge. Actually, never mind. I make noises sometimes. He is jumping with joy. No, that's true. Can I take multiple assignments or can I only have one assignment at a time? Haha! You look like you might be the ne'er-do-well that I'm looking for. Oh yeah, Whooper, the smoke is really bad and it's pretty far-reaching. I actually think that there's some smoke on either side of the country. So there's a lot of smoke and it's not good. Alright, sneaky friend. Larson the bandit. The word's out on his scam, so he's laying low here. Of course, he wouldn't have to lay low anywhere if he just kept his nose clean. You think maybe he just gets a thrill from breaking the law or what? She's gotta now analyze people. You got a problem? What are you looking at? Unless you got business with me, scram. I have to beat him up. What? You want me to return the money I swindled? What are you, the fraud police? Sheesh. How'd I let myself get caught? This guy's not very good at what he does. Oh no, he ran away, you butt! You butt! Get back here. Disapproval. Disapproval. I'm sorry, I'm yawning. Why can't I go back there? I don't know, but there's the cowboy piranha plant again. I hope we can meet the cowboy piranha plant. I think that'd be great. Hello. A bandit who's made this place his hideout. You got some kind of problem? You think you can just barge into my hideout, buddy? You're probably just jealous. No one's snooping around. It's the perfect hideout spot. I actually wonder. Can she blow some of the dirt away? Doesn't look like it, but I'm gonna try. She makes a siren-y type sound when she walks. Yes, we have a sleepy kitty. Does not appear that Larson is hiding in here. How he might be. This is a place where hiding goes. You know? That's what you get for hiding your bro. Oh my god, she somehow got even closer to the camera. There you go. Because I had wanted the camera to be closer to her and then she got very close to it. Okay, so this guy right here, I know that I've talked to him before. That's the guy who we took his package and got rid of it. He stole something in another city and had to lie low. So that guy actually, I assume is being his fence. Oh, Sylvie. Isn't she a good girl? I just feel that Rockhawk may be strong, but he's no Prince Mush, is he? No, he's not. A fighting fan. Nice. You're not hiding any criminals in here. No, you're not. Okay. Well, because we've been a few years with Sophie in my life, and Sophie hasn't been on stream very much. So I'm trying to work on that, because everyone knew Nox. Nox was always on stream. Getting into trouble. Sprawling on my desk. Sitting in the Nox box. If I were hiding. I love that this is Ms. Mouse's shop that she's stacking with things. This would just defend. This just means that your allies sometimes don't get attacked. Oh, I like that. It's really expensive. If I bought it, then I wouldn't be able to buy the Wario thing. I don't want to buy the Wario suit. So, I don't know, man. Do you see? Alright. Well done. Ha! Ha 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 ha! I'm so pleased with myself. Alright, now. Where would this fella be? Ah, there he is. Nice. Very stealthy. Very sneaky. I'm gonna blow that up at some point. Cripes! The fraud police! You don't give up easily, do you? You can't make me pay! I think I did a pretty good job with that pro gaming move. Oh my god, you're so cute. Ah, Mario, you come again. My dream is to get rich quick. I'm gonna strike oil and strike it rich. I'm accepting initial investments of 100 coins or more. I'll lend him cash. Of course I will. Thank you so much. You won't regret it. I probably will, but I have to do this. Lumpy, a Ratui. His dream is to strike it rich by finding oil. Gotta admire the dedication. Guys like this make me want to chase my dreams harder. Still, when I talk to him, it seems more like he's just up for whatever, you know? Yeah, well, like, I can help somebody. That's more important than buying a badge. No matter how much I work, it seems I'll never get filthy rich. Of course, ain't like I got a choice. Gotta work to live, which means... Huff, hoof, harf, hoof, huff, huff! Out of the way, you grungy dog! Move your lazy bones! How is that? How is that? I just did a voice! Aren't you proud of me? I'm proud of me. I did a pirate voice. Arr. Thank you. I think that is a moment that should go down in history for the remarkable acting talent I have shown. Thank you, Violet Square. Well, I've been working on some projects that might actually let me do that sort of thing. But I cast actors as the characters because they're better at acting than I am. Even though Chrono has assured me that I wouldn't need to. I think it would be good. Yep, the world sure is full of strange and mind-bogglingly sensational places, alright. What's that? A sky city? Huh, never heard of that. I'd love to see it one day. They do update what they say. Listen, mate, you'll run into all sorts of trouble if you don't keep your eyes peeled. This is Rogueport, after all. This town's rotten with crooks, thieves, and hooligans. Oh, it's supposed to be a British accent, but of a lower class sort, and I can't do any sort of accents from actual places. I know this because the H is dropped and the TH becomes an F, whiff instead of with. And those are two signs of several dialects or accents in England. Hooligan, though, is my favorite Canadian insult. I've told you about my favorite graffiti in town, right? There's a tree roughly in my neighborhood that somebody has spray painted hooligans on the base of like the thing that it's growing in. It's great. Yeah, it might be supposed to be Cockney. I can't do that. That's too much accent for me. I can do voices, kinda. I can't do accents. Who, me? Well, I'm a bit down. My older brother left port just the other day. I wonder how he's doing now. I just hope he comes back in one piece. Aww. Little buddy in his little overalls. I love little toad overalls. Once a great pirate named Cortez wreaked havoc on these seas, you know? People in town still tell stories about that guy. He's like a legend. I wanna meet him. Good winds blow through this old port. Right filthy as it is, dreams still come true here. I'm sorry. You gotta deal with me like singing along, making mouth noises. Okay, I just have to point out, because I appreciate this, you can see the laundry strung between the two buildings. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? It's just a delightful touch. Like, and they actually put the signs above the doors and everything, even scaled down that small. All right. Where else would you be hiding? Oh, I'm gonna go back and check the hiding house just in case. Oh. I'm giving myself credit for this. Cripes! The fraud police! Fuck! Please! Shoot! You're serious! Fine. I'm a man. Do with me as you will. Hey! 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 Looks like you caught him. Nice. Here's a reward. Are they gonna kiss now? So, since it looks like you're all out of dough, I'll take it out of your hide. Eek! No, please! I'm a coward! I'm gonna choose to believe this is a big old roleplay between these two. You solved the trouble. Well, one of these days we'll get our Wario badge. I want that giant treasure chest and I can't get it. Alright, let's go do more of these, I guess. Is this the right? No, that's Frankly's house. We don't want that. This is the right house. Yes. Yes, indeed. Here we go. Bumberto. This is Bumberto, and I need you to do some shopping. Please come right quick, because I'm starving. Meet me in Rogueport out on the docks. Yes, Bumberto. Can we do more than one at once? Maybe. No, you cannot. You can only take one at a time. That's what I figured. Shopping and chopping. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. You're making me think of cooking with Scorpion. I'm a fan of cooking with Scorpion. I'm pretty sure I've shared that video with folks before. But you can now find it on YouTube. For a long time you couldn't, and it was so sad. Because that is like the perfect encapsulation of Lauren's sense of humor. I just about wet myself laughing. I loved it so much. Alright, is it you? Are you Bumberto? No. Are you Bumberto? Ah, move it, you landlubber. Huh? Oh, yeah, right. You took on my trouble, eh? My wife brought me my lunchbox to me, but it was empty when I opened it. I'm so hungry I could eat walrus whiskers. Not very filling. You gotta bring me something to eat. How about, let's see, whatever. Anything, so long as it's food. Now get to it. What do I got? I could give him a mistake. I was just thinking that, Chrono. Let's go save first. Oh man, look at that. Somebody's got it. Somebody's... Hold on. Wait. Somebody's camping up there? They got a tent? And they got a satellite dish? I gotta go visit them. I don't want to make this guy sick. That's the thing. Wait, there's a save point right there? Where? Oh, there is. I was so distracted by the satellite dish. Okay, look. I am a very observant streamer. I'm true gamer strats right here. Did you bring me something to eat? Why would I do that? Programmer. It's like being a programmer, but you can't speak. Oh my god. Okay, programmer strats, indeed. That one's gonna stick with me, isn't it? It is technically food, he said. He's not picky. It does refresh your health. It feels really mean, though. Well. Hey, that looks right tasty. Chomp, knock, gromp, snort. Yum, that hits the spot. Now here's your reward. I bet that it gives you a different amount of coins depending on what you give him. Oh, Chrono, did you just insult British cooking? To be fair, there's a lot of British foods that aren't very good, but there are some that are very good, so. Thanks, mate. You solved the trouble. No, there's actually some tasty, like legitimately tasty, originally English food. 10 plus the sell price, that could make sense. Alright. But the thing is, if we start breaking down what of traditional foods are not actually traditional because they were carried by somebody else, then like Italian cuisine will be quite different from what we think of, because tomatoes come from the New World, and I believe pasta was originally based on what Marco Polo learned from the Chinese. So. I would like to like fish and chips, but I don't like fish. Alright, Mayor Croup, listen to me. Someone please come talk to me, please. I'm waiting at the pink house in Petalburg. No, not yet. Order me. Oh. Oh, there's a whole bunch of them. Plenty. Our shop inventory is low and I need someone to help me restock. Please come to the shop in Rogueport Square. Yes. Do it and do it right. But the thing, it gets hard. It gets hard to say what specifically is like authentic regional cuisine when there's been so much travel. Who am I talking to again? This? The shopkeep? Ah, you've accepted my trouble, huh, fella? We're having a real hard time finding courage shells. I need you to bring us 5 from anywhere you can find them, okay? That's 5 courage shells. I'm counting on you. Well, I have no idea where I'm going to find those, so this one's going to take a while. Oh, alright. Yeah, the execution thing in town is pretty ominous. I will give you that. That is fair, Victor Ghost. Plus, it's interesting. There's so much that can be said about the like cultural origins of regional food. Because, for example, a lot of what people think of as southern U.S. cuisine has its origins in like African American cooking specifically, and there's a lot of history behind that. So it's not just like oh, people have traded. There's a lot. There's a lot. It turns out that food is part of cultural identity, which is inherently political. And delicious. This kind of looks like a blood splatter. That's uncomfortable. Alright, so I don't know if we can get those shells yet, so I don't think we can take any more of these things on. So I'm gonna go ahead and progress the plot. To power up your partner, talk to me from the other side of the table. Oh, I'm sorry. I was not standing in the right place. Alright, Merlon, the super magician. Who are we gonna power up? Do I have enough to power somebody up? I'm sorry, Flurry. Shall I power up this partner? Yes. He's already really powerful. Shazibby! Shazubi! I feel it. I feel the cosmos. Then you may go. Alright. Do you have a new move or just higher level? Thank you, Chrono. Ah! Check moves. There we go. Gulp. Mini egg. Throw eggs at enemies to shrink them to tiny size, and then I bet you jump on their head. Oh, I gotta switch back to Goombella. Sorry. I hope you're alright with the fact that Goombella is the only partner I take anywhere, because that's not gonna change. Oh, digital Sophie going sniffy, sniffy, sniffy. Sophie, did you smell something you didn't like? Okay, so the thing about Sophie is that her mouth doesn't close very well. So she's got teepees, and you see her teepees a lot because her little mouth will hang open a lot. Are you holding still, baby? Oh my gosh. Kitty yawn. Oh, kitty lick. Look at that. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. That's okay. My memory is also terrible, so between the two of us, we can just have flawed memories. There's no shame in that. Alright, let's go talk to Gramps. I still think it's really interesting that he's got the Punies thing there. And this is the statue right here that I saw on one of my other adventures. That's the game show statue. So I wonder how many of these other things. I don't even know what other things there could be. I don't see anything else. There's a bucket. Alright. Professor Franklin, head of the archaeology department at UGoom. He's researching the legendary treasure here. I totally respect him. Yes, he taught Indiana Jones. I can tell by the look on your face that you got the next crystal star. What was that? Something outrageous was written in Princess Peach's email? Clearly there's much to talk about, but only after you go to the 1,000-year door. Oh, right. I forgot. It's kind of the name of the game. I just really like the Goomba companions a lot, okay? They're the best. I'm gonna get a ba-bum, ba-bum, bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, bum. I'm sorry. Super cool hair! Super cool hair! I found more of these. Dazzle! I should be able to remember that name. Trade my badges for any star pieces you have. I'll do it. Which badge do you want to trade for? That sounds really good. That also sounds good. See, that's why I couldn't have the chat hat, because Sophie was sitting on it. And so now you get her little fuzzy butt. Fuzzy butt, fuzzy butt, fuzzy butt, baby. Hold on. You gotta be able to see this cat bath. Promise I'll get an actual thing to put the cat cam on one of these days. Yeah. I don't use tons of flower power, but I might eventually. Hold on, this is very important. You gotta be able to get the cat. Cam, cat cam. Hi, baby. Oh, I'm sorry I made noise. You didn't like that. I'm sorry, the cat cam is not meant to distract me from playing the game. It's meant to distract you from my programmer strats. But instead, it's distracting me. Okay, well, you're gonna get whatever cat you can get there. Alright. Peekaboo is if you don't use Goombella all the time. So we're never gonna need that. Flower finder, heart finder, item hog could be useful. Wait a minute. There's 2 regens. You can get regen for you, regen for your partner, and regen for your magic. Amazing. That's pretty great. If I had regen, I might be more likely to use magic. But it's fair, Chrono, you were calling me out. Thing is, I don't know what else. I mean, these are really good. We can save. Oh, I'm sorry, Razzle Dazzle. I let you down. There's a thing up there. You can see it. You can see it. Can't you see it? The shadow. The shadow of a block that I cannot get to. Tragic. This used to be a city. You can see there used to be an item shop there. Okay. I do not remember how to go where I'm trying to go. How do I get where I'm trying to go? I should probably go save actually because the screen just flickered and we don't want to have problems. Totally legitimate. Absolutely 100% legal. How do I get where I'm going? Is it through here? Oh no, this is not it. I want that. But I'm gonna have to get a bomb in my party first. Just so you know, when I have a bomb, it would be really funny if it winds up being Jennifer. Oh goodness! Oh my god, he keeps this little Goomba has ADHD. Oh right, there's stage hazards. Beep, 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 beep. Too bad you're going down, buddy. Beep, 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 beep. Sophie's completely immune to my singing around about this. Okay. This is not where I'm supposed to go. Pretty sure it's the other one. Is it here? Maybe? I can do something about this block now? Yeah! Oh, Sophie's really excited about that. She's watching the things moving on screen and it's really adorable. I'm not gonna fling myself into the water. Oh, it's bath time some more. Okay, hold on. I'm really good at platformers. Aren't you impressed? I don't know if these have a time limit, so I'll try this one. And then I'll go the other way. And this is what I'm supposed to do. Wait a minute, this is a shortcut! This is Petalburg, isn't it? Hi! You know, I've been worrying about the mayor lately. He's been so darn forgetful. But he says he's always been forgetful. Yeah, he says ever since he was a kid, he says. I guess I never should have worried, right? Seriously, what a waste of brain power. But now that I think on it, maybe I'm getting forgetful. Now I'm worried about me. Oh, this poor guy's got anxiety. Oh! I could go talk, I could get the thing to talk to him. Hold on. Coops, I know you can do it. Prove yourself and then hurry home to me. No matter where it is you go, son, just know that your old Koopa's rooting for you. Your old dad. I guess I should... Hey Mario, you're Luigi's older brother, right? That's so cool. I mean, you're cool and all. But I think Luigi is the greatest. I appreciate this person's priorities. Sophie has decided that it is time to curl up again. I'm gonna let her get settled. And then we're gonna put, okay. She's getting settled. She's gonna give herself a bath. All right. She's really silly and cute. All right. This person thinks Luigi is the greatest. Thanks to you, it'll be calm here again. Of course, peace and quiet is bad for business. Nobody goes in that shop anymore. The business world is a rough place, man. Hey, buy some items once in a while. The guy in the shop sure would appreciate it. Where's the shop? Let's go buy some items from the shop. Where is the shop? Is it on the first screen? Hi, Jennifer. Okay, we're gonna go buy some items because we have been asked to buy items in the shop. Hello, Nifty. I'm here to buy. All right. Oh, hey, this is the show. Also, Mr. Softener. Did I ever use a Mr. Softener? Do I still have my Mr. Softener? I think I still have my Mr. Softener. Are those apples or potatoes? Not sure. Gives your partner courage to boost his or her defense. How many do I need of these? 5? I'm gonna be able to get like 4 of them. No. Okay, hold on. We gotta put some of these things. Store some things. Store 27 more items. Thunderbolt. I told you every time. Oh, I'm sorry. Like, let me move this. So you can get a little bit more of the cat. Hold on. I'm sorry, folks. This is the problem with her not having just like the box that she sits in. I could always bring the Knox box. The next time I go to Texas, I could pick up the Knox box and bring it back with me. And then we could put Sophie in the Knox box. Because the thing about the Knox box is that its purpose is to contain cats. Because otherwise they just go everywhere, you know? There we go. That's as much cat. No, I think that's everything. Get the other 2 of these. I think we need 5 total. I think that's everything. Sweet! I bought something. That's their little reminder. They want to give you a hint. Hello, buddy. I want to have an adventure like you guys. Actually, I even went to Hooktail Castle once. And you know what? The drawbridge over the moat was busted. I couldn't get in. How did you guys manage to get across that moat with the drawbridge broken, huh? Did you swim? No, I can't because then the most adorable chomp chain will eat me. This, good sir, is an inn. No, thank you. Do come again. Yes. Sorry. Let's see what Jennifer has to say. Hi, I am Jennifer White. I am a bomb. I have lost my hopes and dreams. I don't care what I do, I just want to help people. Is that so wrong? Please join Jennifer. Oh my god, it's the Peach fanboy. Oh, is that so? Hooktail is toast, huh? I guess that's a good thing. Although, well, I've heard that Hooktail had lots of dragon friends. Yeah. And I've heard they're all much, much meaner and more powerful than Hooktail. So what do you think? You shaking now or what? Ha! Psych! Served. Hi, child. I have been playing Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door like crazy lately. I wasn't sure at first. The first 2 chapters. But the game is awesome! I just beat it every chapter. Totally cool ending. I loved it. So worth the money. Think there'll be a sequel? If not, I hope they make a Paper Luigi game. Yeah, I bet that'd be awesome too. Oh my god, I love it so much, this child. I love that the children are just like, they're not just shrunk down, they also like made the eyes a bit bigger. It's yet another fine day, but that just means I'll be longing for blessed rain. Oh, boo-hoo. I'm gonna cry about something every time that, every day, regardless of what happens. It's not a very good way to be. Just take some time to appreciate what you have instead of just thinking about what you don't have. Isn't that right, Jennifer White? This town is very peaceful. Yes, and that is why there are so many flowers. But I have heard there are places in the world where no flowers bloom. I could never forgive myself if I did nothing to try to bring flowers to such places. That is why I shoot out spores as often as I can. It is my civic duty. No comment. Cooply tries to play it off, but he's actually worried sick over what'll happen to Coops. He should know, though. Don't judge a person. No, don't judge a Koopa by its shell. Fair. This is the edge of town, right? Or someone whispering. That is a good song. When I start bobbing my head in place immediately, that's how you know. Okay, so that tells me these are going to be shortcuts to towns. Which means that this one over here is probably going to take me to Glitzville. You ready? There's going to be a thing blocking me from going on to the next room until I've finished the next 2 chapters? Maybe? Either that or they'll do one at a time from here on out. Oh no! Never mind! I completely forgot about the punies. Okay, well I guess that I'll have to do this in order to be able to do some of those quests. Let's go forward. My camera is not leveled up enough. Yeah. Alright. No teleporting to Glitzville. until we finish whatever comes after Glitzville. It's nice of them to let you just fall down here without having to walk that whole thing. But of course then you have to like walk all the way up. You can't just float up and cut through there. Alright, let's go turn this quest in, shall we? And then I guess we could do some more quests. We could go talk to what's his butt. Hold on. I didn't mean to take the side quests. I guess it's a side quest episode. Have I really taken that long? Plenty. Oh. Yes. Have I really spent this whole time doing side quests? Who am I? What have I done with Lauren? Sorry, folks. We really should check out the next chapter, shouldn't we? How's this? I'll turn this in, and then we can go do more side quests. But let's start the next chapter. Okay? That way we're not just doing side quests, because that's boring. Ah, thank you, Courage Shell. Ah, thank you. 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 That's 5. You're done. Well, here's your reward. I hope you like it. Ultra Shroom. Alright. Sweet. We discovered the shortcuts. I could go do more. I could try to finish the side quests. Or I could continue plot advancing. It's the filler arc. Yes. Yes, I mean it is. So far it has been. Like, this is filler stuff. Since you can only take one of these at a time. Jolene! Oh. I need some cleaning done. Motivated workers only. No. I do love Jolene, but no. Puny Elder. Lifestream. These should be pretty easy to knock out. Why don't we do some more of these between chapters next time? We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chapters moved on, or 6 of them moved on. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 left. Is that good? This one will be easy. Because you can only take one at a time, unfortunately. Because I would love to have more than one, because then I could just have them active and just fix them. But yeah, okay, so we gotta go back down. The thing is, they're actually pretty quick and easy to do. Alright, so how do I get to the 1,000-year door then? I can't do anything in here, but I want to go, so that's not it. So to get across here? Do I have to do this? Wrong button. Don't remember. No. This is not how you get to the 1,000-year door. How do you get to the 1,000-year door? You really should run away from me, buddy. Is it through here? Why am I so bad at directions? Why do I struggle so much to find my way through things? Oh, hey, I could smash that. Oh, goodness. But I couldn't go through here before. Do you have to take a different door to get to the 1,000-year door each time? That's fascinating. Oh, I normally had to fly a paper airplane? Okay. I can't go through here. Have I been through here already? I feel like, yeah, this will take me to a paper airplane thing here. Yes. I don't remember what's on the other side of that paper airplane, though. I can't actually progress the plot. Alright. Alright. Let's try that again. I love that it's the same sound effect. See what the sign says. Deepest level reached, 0. Record power bounces, 0. Star pieces found, 26 out of 100. Danger! Do not enter. This pipe is the entrance to the pit of 100 trials. First attack and bump attack badges won't work, so beware. First attack and bump attack, huh? Is there anything written behind the sign? Come on, where's my graffiti? I guess I don't get any graffiti. So I guess once you lose it, dumps you out. One of that pipe probably. I mean, we could see what the pit of 100 trials are like, but that's not plot progression. What's through here again? Oh heck! Oh! I'm really bad at judging that. Okay, hold on. That does not seem to take me anywhere, so shall we? Science, fiction, magic. We can't only have one. This is the third one we got. Oh, it's not showing the other two. It's using the power of the star we just got to do whatever it is that the stars are doing. We don't know yet, but we're pretty sure that we should keep with this. Oh! I'm going to That looks like Creepy Woods. Is this where I'm gonna go get a boo? We'll find out. The location of a crystal star has been recorded on your magical map. Not to be confused with the magic map. There's the 4th crystal star. We're gonna have to go show Professor Frankly again. It's okay, we have to let him know what Princess Peach wrote in her email anyway.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Mario. He's such a goofball. Exactly, Blues. What? The group that kidnapped Princess Peach is bent on total world conquest? Sure sounds like it. That That must be why they need the legendary treasure, huh? This doesn't bode well. The situation has gotten far more serious than I thought. Let me bring you up to speed. I've been researching just what this treasure could be. One book I came across held to what I thought was a preposterous theory. This book claimed that the treasure was, in actuality, the Great Cataclysm. I'm pretty sure that I said something to that effect. The very cataclysm that 1,000 years ago sank that town underground. Wait a sec. So they want to use that cataclysm's power to take over the world? I can't say for sure what they will do or why, but we must consider the possibility. Now that things have come to this, we mustn't let them near the legendary treasure. That's all that matters, because if they do get it, then once again, this town, no, the entire world could be destroyed. That seems a bit exaggerated, maybe. Oh my gosh, Professor! Then we gotta get the next crystal star right away. Cataclysm. According to the map, it appears that the next crystal star is in Twilight Town. Twilight Town? To tell you the truth, I don't know much about the place myself. Only rumors. I have heard that, as the name implies, it's perpetually dim and eerie there. Yeah, so probably booze. Wait just a moment. We get a book. Aha! There appears to be a pipe to Twilight Town somewhere here in Rogueport. I do believe it's somewhere underneath the west part of town. Yes, definitely. If you get stuck for any reason, just come back and see me again, okay? Beneath the west part of town. Gotcha. We're on it. Thanks, Professor. Woo! All right, Mario, let's do it. Excellent. You got an email. Let us go check our mail. Koopy Koo says, "Miss you. Dear Mario and Koops, I hope you two are doing okay. I have to admit, with Koops gone, I haven't been doing very well. I get lonely and I go into Koops' house and I smell that Koops smell. I guess it's your cologne or whatever, but it makes me so sad. I'd gotten used to your smell, Koops. Oh, and the thing is, your dad, Koopley, has his own smell and it's weird. I think maybe it's the smell of Hooktail's gut. That's disgusting. Now I grossed myself out. Oh, and since he's gonna be my dad too someday, I better get used to that smell, huh? Oh, what am I writing? I'm so embarrassed, but I'm sending this anywhere. Love, Koopy Koo." And she sends a selfie. This is before selfies were so ubiquitous, so it's actually somebody else took a photo of her. Yeah, there's some questionable stuff going on here. Alright. Onward to the west part of town. I'm sorry, I don't remember the exact rhythm, so we're just gonna do what we're gonna do. Alright. I don't remember if I've done this before, but I knew that it was the thing to do. I don't think I've done this before. Oops! Alright, you are gonna tattle. Oh, wait, no. gonna hammer this guy. Spania. I don't know what that name means. You're gonna tattle. Spinia? Spania. I see. That's a Spania. A Spinia with spikes on its head. It looks meaner, too. Max HP is 3, attack is 1, and defense is 0. So, sort of the same as a Spinia. You ought to watch out for the spikes on its head, but otherwise, just wail on it. I gotta be honest, though. The way that thing spins makes me want to yak. Motion sickness? Have I gotten better at blocking? Dodging? Whatever. That. Have I improved? Have my Lauren skills gone up? Amazing. Alright. You're going to use the hammer. Actually, beep, 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 beep. Oh, I can take this guy out in one hit. Okay, sweet. I thought I didn't take it out in one hit last time. Maybe I... Oh. Alright. X marks the spot there. That seems significant. It's probably tricky to jump across there, but I bet it can be done. No! You butt. Too bad it's hammer time. Ha! Take that. And you thought you could use your item on me, but you were wrong. I'm really not getting many star points here. Am I over-leveled? Oh, that was a badge. Ah. Interesting. I didn't move at first, so I thought maybe it was a friend. You butt! I object. This probably won't work, but I'm gonna do it anyway. He's probably gonna get hurt because it's spiky. Nope! Ha! I'm gonna miss this guy myself. Well, that's fine. It really looks like he's missing his choreographed move, you know? I think that's the first time I used that. Alright. Haha! Very dramatic. We might still get a level though. Nice. Okay, so this is the opposite side of town. Oh. Oh, shoot! That was not what I meant to do. Beep, 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 beep. Wrong button. Oh shoot, no, that's a friendly one, isn't it? Oh. That was actually a courage shell. Look, I don't know. Beep. Beep. That's alright. I've only gotten bingo a couple of times. Oh shoot! Well, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Everything is fine. I'm good at video games. I know what I'm doing here. I don't really, but that's alright. We do not tune in for... Oh! Wait, I already have that. Is that one of those things where the more that... Regen items. Very interesting. Alright, Flurry, it's your time to shine. I like Flurry, I really do. I think she's very funny, but also... I just like Goombella best. Although it seems like I should probably keep Koops out for this section of the game. Practically speaking, he seems like the better choice. Oh. Excuse me? Well, now I know there's a shortcut back here. So I'm sure that's helpful. Oops, Spike Jail indeed. Alright, well I guess it's time for us to slowly get out of here. It is interesting because it does really reinforce the fact that these are two halves of the same city. You know? Like, there's symmetry between them. I don't know that it's exact symmetry, but... Do you think we're actually going to be able to get to the location we're trying to get to? Maybe this is just going to be the, like... Oops. Side quests and, in between stages. Stream. That's unfortunate. But that does mean that we can, like, fully experience Chapter 4's adventures in the next stream. Because I'm apparently not very good at... I don't think I have very good intuition about the best way, like, what to expect from what goes where in dungeons in this game, you know? Like, with a lot of games, you get a sense of what's gonna go where, how things work, what feels like a boss fight, etc. But I feel like this game doesn't so much have that. I think this is where I'm supposed to go anyway. Oh wait! Hello, what are you doing here, friend? That's a subterranean Goomba. I think he just moved down here recently. Even so, he sure seems to know a lot about these ruins. What's he do for a living? Oh, I get it. You're trying to open that giant doorway down there, aren't you? What do you think is behind that thing, huh? I don't know, man. Oh, hello. That's Eddie the Mask. He's some kind of health nut. Lots of nuts down here, huh? This one's a health nut, though, so he knows about stylish moves. Ask him. He's a bodybuilder enthusiast, I assume. Yo, Eddie the Mask here. Sports fan extraordinaire. Know about stylish moves? Just press A with perfect timing during an attack to pull off a stylish move. If you do it right, the crowd will just go nuts. And some attacks have multiple ones. Each attack has different timing for stylish moves, but I'll share one with you. Try pressing A just before Goombella leaps into the air to do her head bonk. Sound hard? Well, it ain't easy. That's why you gotta practice, yo. Alright, buddy. I can try. Oh, hey, this is the other side of... Oh, it's all coming together. It's Razzle Dazzle. Hi, Razzle Dazzle. Mousy. This Squeak seems to be an archaeologist. And she's here to research the underground. Girlfriends? Archaeologist girlfriends? But it sounds like she lost her partner down here. I feel like so bad for her. Hey, Mr. Adventurer. You know, I used to have a partner named Pierre. But when he went broke, he turned to a life of crime. It was sad, really. I wonder where he is now. Sounds like you could use a new archaeologist partner. Can I get in that water? That's how they show you can get in the water. They tempt you. They know what they're doing. Soft Stomp. Execute superbly to make enemies soft. It's water I can stomp through. There hasn't been any water I could stomp through anywhere else in the game that I know of. Alright. So there's other doors. Oh, this... I wonder what this used to be a... Oh, it used to be a fountain. It's got the flying Koopa shells. That's neat. Nibbles, yes. Alright, let's take a look inside the item shop. Oh, it is still an item shop. Oh my god, adorable. That's the manager of the Deep Down Depot. That's really fun wordplay. She seems to be pretty courteous. Hey, and there are some super classy items on display here, huh? But jeepers creepers, what sort of person buys gold bars anyway? Freaks, that's who. Alright, Goombella? Hi there. Welcome to the Deep Down Depot. What can I do for you? Store. I don't need these because I already have region items equipped. Goombella hates the rich. Very well may. Gold bar. A gold bar. 3 gold bars. We're gonna have to trade those in for something. There's gonna be something. Jam and jelly. Ultra shroom. These are what we're gonna wind up needing once we get later in the game, huh? Yeah, okay. Well, that's neat. Alrighty. We're down below Rogueport. Folks say these are the ruins of a 1,000-year-old town. Even though these buildings are crumbling, some seem safer than those above us. The people living here mostly can't show their faces above for one reason or another. Some have actually started successful businesses, though. What a hardy bunch. Hardy, indeed. That looks like where I'm supposed to go. Therefore, I can't go there. You know how it is. Oh, hello. Ooh, that looks like a cockroach dude who had one too many and feels sick to his stomach. That's a bandit who lives underground. He seems to come by this shop often. This is not a shop. This is, I mean, I guess maybe it's the booze shop. He must like talking to Wonky and the shop owner, huh? Go figure. Oh, visitor, huh? Hey man, this dude knows everything. He'll give you some seriously good advice. Of course, you'll have to pay him for it. Yeah, that's the way it goes. That's Wonky, the go-to guy for useful info. He looks nuts, but I think his tips are okay. Just make sure you get your money's worth. Not that you'll know until you pay. Howdy, my name's Wonky and I just know stuff. I may not look like much, but I know a thing or two. You'd better believe it. And who knows? The stuff I know may even be stuff that can help you. So if you want to ask me a question, just speak up and ask away. Something you want to ask of old Wonky, right? If you pay me 5 coins, I suppose I can tell you about battle techniques. I hear the best way to fill your battle crowd up is to succeed at action commands. Especially when you succeed at several in a row. Whew, I hear that's great. Also, beating enemies quickly and striking first can build your crowd too. That might be good to remember. And that is that. And that, as they say, is that. If you need anything else, just ask old Wonky. Alright, that actually was useful. I didn't know that stuff. Oh my gosh, it's a pink Bob-omb. This Bob-omb lives down here. That pink color's really cute, but I think this is a dude. He's got his own ambitions of being an info guy like Wonky, selling tips for cash. But his tips don't make even a tiny little bit of sense. Hello, can you say it's stupid? I know stuff too, seriously. Like, when the wind blows, the cradle will fall. And down will come baby, cradle and all. I just don't know why it falls. 'Cause no one tells me. 'Cause it's way up on top of a tree. Alright. That's the cola bar owner. Herb Tea. He's a middle-aged guy with a wild mustache. They're drinking soda. No alcohol. This is a family-friendly stream. He may look like just another glass polisher, but he's an old-school cola bartender. He's hilarious, but I'm sure he's heard his share of super depressing stuff too. This is a special refuge for all, where we cultivate information. Herb Tea's place. Sit back and enjoy yourself. Alright. Just gonna smash your glasses with a hammer because property damage is the name of the game. Oh hey, do you suppose I could break these barrels? Let's find out. Well, it was worth a try. If you think that's bad, you should just be glad that I don't say, let's take my hammer out for a spin or something like that. Excuse me, what? 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 Will I ever be able to shimmy up this pole? Because I kind of get the feeling that's what I'm going to be able to do. Ooh, there's another door. Let's go in that door. Ah, it doesn't seem to open. That's garbage. I don't like that. So I came in. Does it remind me of any place in Dark Souls? I mean, Dark Souls has the decrepit town thing going on. I was about to say there's gotta be a star piece right around here, and so there is. Oh, that's eventually gonna be a shortcut. When I have a Bob-omb friend, I'm gonna be able to blow that up. Nice. That'll make travel much more pleasant. There's a star piece back there too. Oh shoot. Amazing. Hello, buddy. You thought you could use an item on me, but you were wrong. Hi, baby girl. You're so cute. Got it. Oh, Sophie has decided that all you get is a bunch of stripies. That's okay. It's very easy to relocate the camera to show you her precious face. Alright. Oh, shoot! Ah, no, I missed the money because well, it's okay, it was worth it. Because cat. Ah! The worst. Beep, 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 beep. I need to try to remember the special thing that I learned about, Goombella's. She's so cute, isn't she? What a good baby. Okay. A lovely piece of a star. How do I get... Oh, that's where I want to go. I see, I see, I see. How do I get up there? This is how I get up there. Hold on. Well, it's a good thing that I tried to figure out how to get to the next chapter place. 'Cause, it's gonna take a while. We're down below Rogueport. You could spend a lifetime studying secrets down here. Leveling up your friends. I'm gonna go through the door first. What does this say? To Twilight Town. Okay, so that's where I'm supposed to go. See where this one takes me. Hopefully I won't have to redo things, but at least then I'll know. Oh, this will take me back there. Yeah, it's gonna get me a star piece. Heck yeah! That was close. Okay, I did it. Alright. How many star pieces have I gotten this stream? Several? Alright, let's go to Twilight Town. You ready for Twilight Town, folks? You ready to do this? Is everybody ready to go? Progress? We're gonna see the very beginning of the next chapter. Let's do it. Sophie, wait, what? The pipe rejected you? Excuse me? Oh my god, that is amazing. I'm glad to know that I'm really good at this video game. So what am I supposed to do here? Goombella? Give me a hint, honey. Goombella. There's a pipe here that connects to Twilight Town. But. Oh my gosh. Do I have to go get that ghost sheet of an item? Alright, I know that the ghost sheet exists. I thought it was combat only. But... there's an X. I'm just trying to think. My gut is to assume that it's the... Ghost sheet. Oh, what? I'm failing. Bam. Excellent. All right. Which I'll have to go to an item shop. Beep, 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 beep. Is that a sleepy sheep? I'm gonna get your sleepy sheep. It's fine. It's fine. I'm getting sloppy tonight, though. Am I tired? I might be tired. Beep, 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 beep. All right. Let's see if we can figure this out. Maybe Professor Frankly will tell me something. Maybe. Let's go ask him if he's got a hint, and then failing that, I will go put on some... It's interesting though because the characters don't say anything. Like there's no hint. Goombella doesn't gossip and say, "Oh, I heard this." I mean, the alternative could be that I like have to like butt stomp it or something like that. Oh, we might be able to upgrade Flurry. I did upgrade our Rainbow-shi. Okay, we're gonna upgrade. Yes. Might as well. Shazibby! Shazabby! Shazubi! I feel it. I feel the cosmos. They're remastering some Katamari. I would like to play Katamari. I love Katamari. I just share it with my roommate. Okay, do you have any hints for me, buddy? Frankly, we found the pipe you said would take us to Twilight Town. But it doesn't work, darling. It just pushed us back out. Can't you do something? What? You can't get through the pipe, you say? How odd. I'm afraid I haven't the foggiest idea of what you should do. Oh, of course! I've heard that a fellow from Twilight Town lives here in Rogueport. If anybody knows how to get through the pipe, it'll be him. His name was, dang, what was it? Good job, Gramps. Ah, yes, the lover of dark places. Darkly! Oh, I found him! I've seen him loitering right here in this part of town in the past. Look for Darkly. Aha! I wonder if he'll join me, actually. Alright, Goombella, you ready to go gossip? As much fun as it is to read Flurry's dialogue. Hi, Darkly. Creepy little Frankenstein child, I think. Hi there, the name's Darkly. Do you guys need something? Huh? You want to know how to get through the pipe to Twilight Town? Couldn't be easier. You just need to have something that has your name written on it. Don't you have anything that has your name written on it? Come on, everyone does. No? Really? Okay, hang on. I'll write it for you. What's your name? Mario, huh? Okay, I'll write it here on the seat of your overalls. I'm gonna have to butt stomp it. M-A-R-I-O, right? God. There. Perfectamundo. While I'm at it, I'll write your partner's name too. What's your name? Goombella. Oh my god. That tickles. I don't know what errand is taking you to Twilight Town, but I hope it goes well. I'll be rooting for you. I'm glad that this weird, creepy child is here for a reason. Yes, he's here to sign my butts. That's correct. There's probably something I can do back there, but I don't know what it is. Alright. Oh, let's go check in with the professor and let him know what we learned, because I'm sure that he will have his scientific curiosity. Oh, I guess I got it already, huh, Spiky? Got that? Look for Darkly, who hails from Twilight Town. He just may know a way to get to that pipe. Yeah. Uh-huh. Alright. In my defense, this isn't all my fault. Bye, Luigi. All right, Rainbow-shi. It's gotta be Goombella because it's on her butt. I feel like Goombella would wash, so it wouldn't be on her butt forever. All right, this time for real folks. Are we ready? Are we ready? Are they gonna make me have to do something else? I guess we'll find out. For reals, this time. Okay. You can't reject me now, Pipe. I have my name written on my butt. Like you do. To go traveling through pipes to ghost towns. Obviously. This is the Dark Souls part of the game, isn't it? Though. Scammer Darkly. Oh my god. Oh no, that's amazing. For pigs, the bell tolls. Pigs? What? All of us are on that coin. Wow, is it Twilight already? Oh wait, I know what's up. This must be Twilight Town. Hey. It's been a long time since anyone's come from outside. You come from far away? Yeah, those clothes of yours. I'm pretty sure you guys must be adventurers, right? This is a bad time to arrive. Wait, but you're adventurers. Maybe it's the perfect time. Whoa, 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 creepy. What the heck do you mean a bad time? The pig's eyes glowing red. Oh, gee whiz, I don't know. It's a scary tale to hear and scary to tell, too. This is definitely the creepy land. I was expecting booze, though, not zombies and demon pigs. And music that's maybe gonna unsettle me a bit. Oh, that's true. The pig is in 3D. What is it doing? Nothing else has been 3D so far. Oh no, a creepy bell rang. Oh no, the bell rang again. Oh, this is so awful. Who could it be now? Are they turning into pigs every time the bell tolls? Is that what's going on? That's probably what's going on. Yep. Oink, oink, oink. What? Oh my gosh, what's going on? Oh, badness. Now poor Freddy got turned into a pig. Not good. Fredney. I'm sorry. Okay, you're really scary looking too. Is your head like... Are you sewn up and there's stuffing coming out of the hole in your head? That's one way of doing things, I guess. Hey, who are you? I'm the mayor of this poor town. Some call me Dour. I'm not exactly the sharpest fellow, but I do believe you're adventurers, right? Yes, he's stuffed like Sham. This isn't the place for the telling of tales, sadly. Come to my home. Like, it's creepy and unsettling, because it's not just creepy-ish. The use of the, like, pink glow makes it feel wrong instead of just, like, generic undead spooky. There's something really unsettling about these shades, like, these colors together. Interesting. Come to think of it, I'm trying to think of, like... Is it the inside of the haunted piano's mouth in Mario 64 that's the same, like a similar color? I'm trying to remember. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to this so we can get through the intro of this chapter. My traveling friends, welcome to Twilight Town. Well, I'd like to welcome you. But welcoming people is generally a good thing, and it's nothing but bad here. As you may have guessed, our town has been cursed. Cursed? Yes, cursed. That is the right word. Yes? Yes, of course it is. You see, beyond town is a forest, and in its heart is an ancient building. The creepy steeple. Creeple steeple. I'm sorry, people, it's the creeple steeple. The dark creature who lives there, its curse ordains that when the steeple bell rings, one of the Twilighters living here in the village becomes a pig. Creepy Stevie! Creepy Stevie. Will my loved ones become swine? Will I, too, become a curly-tailed oinker? I'm so worried I can't sleep at night. Of course, night and day are pretty similar here. If this keeps up, well, the village will be one giant pig pen, which would be bad. They're very expressive here. Badness. It's bad. Let me give you some advice. Leave us. Leave us before you, too, get pigified. Sorry. I had to. We can't do that, Mr. Mayor. We're hunting for something. Have you ever heard of a crystal star? A star-shaped rock that's all glittery? I don't know about any crystal star thing, but in Creepy Creeple Steeple, there's a glittery red stone shaped like a star. That's literally what she asked about. Oh, he did say he's not the sharpest tool in the shed. For real? That totally must be the crystal star. You people, you aren't thinking of going to Creeple Steeple, are you? Brr, unthinkable. I think we gotta go to Creepy Steepy, folks. Sophie thinks that we should go to Creepy Steepy. Whew. Goobella says, this is Twilight Town. It's twilight here, which I guess makes sense, huh? That big moon gives me the heebie-jeebies. I guess the sky here is always the same. No morning, noon, or night. Wouldn't perpetual dusk get a little, like, boring? That's the Twilight Town mayor. He doesn't seem too reliable, though. I guess he's been through a lot, though, so maybe I ought to cut him some slack. I like that she's unchanged and unafraid. My family and friends have all been turned into pigs. That's not a good thing. He's very good at expressing himself. This is the village where we all were born, after all. We can't just leave. Maybe you could. Can I smash your stuff? In the name of being a hero? It's true, like, all the walls are wonky, everything's wonky. Yoink, yoink. This pig also used to be a Twilighter. This is all just so totally tragic. Oinkity, oinkity! And that's Freddy the pig. I mean, Freddy, the guy who got turned into a pig. When I think of him having to live like this, I get oinked up. I mean, choked up. Let's go make these birds mad. Cough, cough, cough. It was worth a try. Okay, she doesn't have anything to say about the birdies. Yes, my village being cursed is not the most ideal thing ever. Hello, oinkity oink. It's a Twilighter who got turned into a pig. This guy. I bet he didn't think he'd ever be forced to sniff out truffles, huh? It's awfully specific. One of them should just talk to you like normal. Groink. Cough, cough, cough. The birds don't like that. Well, we're gonna save the game, folks, because it is time. It is time for me to turn off the game for now. But I made it all the way through. I made it all the way through. 3-hour stream. And I feel okay. Gonna go drink some water. Gonna turn this volume down, actually. Because it's a little bit... The music is a bit unsettling, as it should be. It's like, it throws me off a little bit. Well, thank you all so much for joining me for yet another crazy shenanigans and Lauren can't pronounce things, etc. Has there always been a star spinning around behind the S in the save points? I don't know. Yes, so we managed to get here, so we will start off next stream trying to dig into chapter 4 proper. Do you have any updates? I'm gonna try to finish some covers up for Pride Month, so we'll see if I can finish that. And I will try to stream Disco Elysium on Thursday, as is my schedule, which I haven't been able to do in a couple of weeks, but I will try my best. Let me know if you have any thoughts or questions or ideas or anything like that about stuff. As always, feel free to join us on our Discord. And thank you so much for joining me. And if you're not yet following me on social media, you can follow me on social media. You can also follow me. Oh no, I'm about to shut down. I'm so sorry. Happy Pride to you too. Yes, I'm just doing my shutting down routine. The limit breakers are delightful friends. But yeah, I will try my best to get stuff done. Yeah. Take care, everybody. Sophie? Yes, that's right, baby. Sophie says take a nap. Have some good rest. Take it easy. Be like a kitty. Good night. Bye.